could have easily omitted his house, but he still comes, Sister Carolyn, because he comes to worship God. The text states in verse 41 that Jesus sat down near the collection box in the temple and watched as the crowds dropped in their money. And I know some of us in here would have problems with Jesus really being in church. If Jesus really showed up in church, over 2/3 of us wouldn't even be here, because we would begin to declare, why is he doing all of that, and why is he doing all of this? But notice the position here in the text. He goes in his house and he sits down near the collection box. Tell somebody that's the offering table. And he watched the crowds drop in their money. And can I symbolically suggest and have some homiletical freedom and declare that this is evident that Jesus observed when people cashed in their gifts into the offering, because he wants to see what we are doing with what he's given us. Y'all lean over, tell your neighbor, I know he's right. And I know it's going to get kind of tight in here, and I know I'm walking on eggshells, but in a few moments I'm going to call the worshipers, because the worshipers know that all we have comes from him, and without him, anything that was made, I wish I had a praying church up in here. Jesus, now watch this, it intrigues me, because he goes into the church this morning and he sits there and he watches them, and just as he is watching them, you ought to tell your neighbor he's watching you. Oh yes, he is. He's observing what you are given, why you are given, and how you are given. Lean over, tell your neighbor, I know he's right. Jesus now is interested in our giving, because when giving now is done right, don't miss me, it is attached to worship. And let me cut through the chase and let the cat out the bag. Let me perform a shamanic violation and declare that if you think this text is about money, you've already missed it. This text is about worship, because worship is connected to giving. I wish I had some hip up in here. It happens to be now that we worship God through our giving. Let me replay the script. If you think this text is all about money, you have sadly missed the text. This text is all about worship. I need somebody to say worship, because worship now is connected to giving. And it happens to be that when we worship God, we worship God through our giving. Tell your neighbor, it's through our giving. And that's why we don't get the offering in the way and out of the way. You ought to tell your neighbor it's time to grow up. Giving is worship. And anytime you're worshiping God, I declare and decree you are giving God something. And can I parenthetically state for the record that stingy, tight-fisted, penny-pinching people will never become worshipers, because worshipers are people who give, not only people that give, but people that give their all. And I'm going to raise a poll in here for all worshipers. I know I'm walking on tight strings. I know I'm walking on eggshells, but I stop by to tell somebody that if you are stingy, tight-fisted, and penny-pinching, you will never become a worshiper, because worshipers are people that give, and these people are people that give their all. And I'm wondering, if I'm home alone, let me search this room and call all worshipers. Do I have any worshipers in the house that knows if God gave it to me? Tell your neighbor it's his anyway. Come on, tell another neighbor, if he gave it to me, it's his anyway. Come on, don't be afraid to talk to him. You shouldn't have sat beside him if you didn't want to talk to him. Worshipers knows what really we cannot give God anything, because everything he gives us, he owns it all. And whatever I give him, I give it in a sense of returning to God what he has already given us. You ought to take a neighbor, I know he's right. Our worshipers know that the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, and the world and all of they that dwell therein. A worshiper knows that the silver is his and the cattle is his. Matter of fact, the hill that they stand on belong to him. I wish I had some authentic worshipers that say, you know what I have, he gave me. What I know, he's blessed me with. Where I'm going, he got to take me. I wish I had some authentic worshipers that know that all I have, it is because of him. And where I'm going, it is all because of him. Worshipers know it's in him we live. It's in him we move. It's in him we have our being. Worshipers know that except the Lord hold my hand, I can't even take one step. You ought to touch people and tell them, I'm glad I'm a worshiper. Worshiper, I can't give God anything. I return to God what belongs already to him. And because I worship him, I don't have a house, I don't have a car, I don't have no money. I wish I had some help in here. I'm going to come on your street. I don't have what I think I have, because if it had not been for the goodness, the graciousness, and the grace of God, I wouldn't be able to be sane in my mind. But thanks be unto God that gives us the victory in Christ Jesus. Worshippers know that they cannot give God anything. The only thing you can do is to return to God what he's given you. And y'all stingy folk got to hear me in the spirit. You stiff-necked folks got to hear me. Tight-fisted folks got to hear me in this spirit. I've been here 18 years. I ain't scared of you because I call a spade a spade. You'll never worship God being all stingy. Never worship God with your hands out. Never want to bless nobody else. Never worship God. Can't celebrate nobody else, but always got to celebrate you. Worship or celebrate it all. Text is clear in verse 42. Look at the picture. Jesus sits by the collection box. And I'm going to watch